Um, I have had some, I've had some issues with this person, that Livvy. They go by Angelina now, apparently. Although, hold on, I have an image of their new profile. Let's see what their current name is. They go by Seraphine now. I met because we were in a mutual server, a Murder Drones themed server. And because of, well, I'll just read it out. Beware of a Naris sword, shill. It's unknown at any user-related or in sister servers of the following individuals. This doc is strictly created to warn and expose the users. In this case, we do not condone into any harassment made towards these individuals. You really don't? Okay. You don't. Even though you created a state of harassment by spreading lies, but it doesn't matter. We'll get into this, and I'll testify. I'm not gonna put any images here that like prove anything wrong. That's gonna be for part 2. November 1st, 2025. Was it really November 1st? Day, month, year format, please. You look stupid. No, you look American. That's what you look. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's incredibly racist and rude of me to do. I'm just used to, I'm Canadian, so I'm used to day, month, years. That'd be 11, or that'd be 1/11/25. A friend of mine, Anaris Sword, was a moderator of my servers and on Discord. She was a part of my mod group chat, and the group chat was dedicated to those mods in the group chat. Not all the mods are there. Okay. So yeah, that checks out. There was a group chat we were in for moderating one of Livvy's servers because, I used to be friends with Livvy. And so we were in this group chat together. This was Livvy and, well, towards the end she started going by Kitty, but I'm used to Livvy. Some others, there's another name that she used to go by, her original name. I'm forgetting it. It's fuck. I need to open my phone again. Savvy. Oh, that's awful because one of my best friends' name is Savannah, and she goes by Savvy. So I'm gonna go by Livvy for this. In this group chat, I would rant about my days and always trigger/censor the content I posted. No, it was actually like very rare you censored the content. You would say trigger warning, but that doesn't actually do anything unless you censor it. The context, upon sharing my thought, Anaris would talk over my events. No, that's not true. Anaris would wait until you were done your events and then try to help by relating and making sure you weren't alone. You were selfish and thought she was trying to make the moment about her, which is exactly what you put in this document, actually. She would comment below my events with, "This reminds me of my mom. My dad abused me too. I need my boyfriend to come for me." Okay, so yeah, relating herself to you and making sure you know that you're not alone in this and that you have other people you can talk to. When I post pictures of my children, such as my daughter's children, did not know she had more than one child. Such as my daughter. So yeah, she has more than one child apparently. Didn't know that. She would also comment about those too. Comments like, "Oh my god, my heart, I need to hug someone, I need therapy." Like, are we not allowed to call a cute baby cute? Like, I've seen these pictures myself. I was in that group chat. Are we not allowed to call a cute baby cute anymore? When I confronted her before about this in group chat, she would ignore it, and it didn't matter. As it didn't matter. When I finally confronted her again, oh my lord. I didn't write, like, I just copied this. I haven't edited anything in this. The spelling mistake and grammar, I'm gonna have a stroke. When I finally confronted her again about everything, she took it as me scolding her. Because it was. And that she was a victim, though I only contacted to tell her how uncomfortable and upset I was when she would treat me this way. You got upset and uncomfortable by trying to relate and make sure you aren't alone and calling a cute baby cute. Really? Below are screenshots of what happened. Oh, I have dark mode on. Was in the group chat, not DMs, I don't understand. She sends her names, I don't... Like, that's Anaris. Can I zoom in? I don't know if I can actually like properly zoom in. The murder run profile picture is Daenerys. Angelina is Livvy. I can say what I want to say. No, it's a moderation. It's not your... Okay. Yes, you own the group chat, but it's a group chat specifically for moderation. Why did... Hold on, how far does this... She hasn't even formatted the screenshot properly, though. She's, like, cut off a bunch of it by using Google Docs. Hold on. Yeah, see? Because I refute it, and I make a very good point. I've never... So, like, as I say, I'm the Singe profile picture that she's horribly covered up. In all fairness, it's a moderation group chat. I've never understood the bringing personal and triggering topics up if in what is supposed to be a professional space. Because, you know, it clearly says Cat's mod group chat, and then she's on a call with somebody, so it's hiding it. So it's not like this is meant to be your event space, Livvy. This is a moderation group chat. And the way good moderation teams run is that everyone has the same say. Other than, you know, maybe the owner of the server who would have executive power over everybody else. But it's not like you can just say, no, I get to vent and you don't. And then I even say, if it's on topic, sure. So, like, if the conversation somehow floats over to venting, like, naturally, instead of just, you know, popping in the chat one day and complaining about something. But, you know, it actively clogs up chat space and inhibits work from being done. Take it out. Maybe I should... So this is an air talking. I can tell even though she's horribly covered it up, like, she's horrible at censoring things. But I can see the I and the S in the Murder Drones group chat. Maybe I should go. I don't know what's going on and what's okay to respond to and what isn't. Yeah, that's valid because, you know, Livvy's being controversial and contradictory. Plus, you've given up on fandoms we share, so there's not much I can... Exactly. I second this. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I say that. So what's going on is Livvy... So Livvy's server used to be a Murder Drones themed server, but then she changed it to Lackadaisy. I've never watched Lackadaisy, and Nurses have never watched Lackadaisy. And so why are we here? Why are we moderating a server where we don't know what the fandom is? We don't know what's acceptable because we don't know what the show is like. We've never seen the show. We don't know what type of content is in the show. Which means we legitimately have no idea what we're doing. And so, yeah, I left group. Anaris left the group. I left the group. Oh, I remember what this was. Livvy was talking to somebody named Rocky. We'll get more into Rocky later. That's an important person you'll need to remember. Livvy was talking to Rocky, and it was something that she didn't want other people seeing. But she did it in a group chat and not private DMs. Like, Anara says it perfectly. Why say it in this group chat and not DMs if you don't want other people to hear it? This is something about, you know, Anara's not even censored anymore. Wow. So you did this whole thing for, like, I don't fucking know what this is supposed to be, some sort of protection thing so people don't go harass people. But then you get this, and then no censorship at all. And Livvy also horribly copies these to fit her narrative. I'm not actually sure what the screenshot is, so I can't comment on it. Here's Daenerys literally apologizing for pushing Livvy's buttons. This is something, so Livvy, like, berated Daenerys about, like, hey, if you are gonna be easily triggered, don't fucking click on my messages. Which, you know what? Honestly, valid message. But at the same time, like I said, moderation group chat, not vent space. You have to remember that there are minors there. You can't easily talk about that and then complain when others talk about that. And then now Inaris is trying to legitimately back out. Need to uncrop this. And the funny thing is, Anaris requested to be removed from the moderation team, and she wasn't. Anaris decided to share our drama to Ivy and accused me of being jealous of her, misgendering her, she did do that, and her harassment. Anaris played victim in this entire situation shown below. Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. Let's try it. That's fine. Long story short, Anaris's boss is gonna be pissed when the dance from the rock. At the time, Anaris was going through a bad time at work. I love how. Hold on, does she? Yeah. So Livvy never gives us the fucking screenshots here for this. This is Ivory. This is Ivy. This gray, whatever this character is. What is this character? It's a Murder Drone's character. That's Ivy. She mentioned me. Oh, it is probably Holly. Ivy. Is it Ivy Holly? I don't know the full name, and then, they're censored, even though you don't normally censor things. Also, this isn't censored down here, the message at thing. She makes fun of my appearance a lot for no reason. I wasn't very active. I didn't personally see this. That is not to say it didn't happen. And I'm sure if I were to dig far back enough, I would see screenshots posted by Anaris. Me and Blank fought a lot when we were together. Okay, well, I guess that's fair to censor. She keeps calling me a man. Yeah, that's real. I saw that happen a lot. I'm a bisexual woman. I have a boyfriend. Yet she keeps calling me a gay man and saying I don't look like a woman. However, when Ivy asked for proof, Anaris said there was proof in the mod group chat of me harassing her. When Anaris allowed to be roasted, she can be found in a Murder Drone server. She asked all her members to roast her. And what's my implication? No. Oh, that's what this is. You were quote unquote roasting Anaris because she allowed herself to be roasted? No. I feel like Lucifer right now. No. The real story is that it was Anaris' birthday around this time, a couple weeks before this, and for her birthday, she allowed people to send one roast to her. She wanted to bring me up, joking, haha, type thing. Yeah, Livvy did this like 2 weeks after that. There was and it wasn't one time; it was multiple times. So no, Anaris did not want to be roasted at this point. She wanted to be roasted once per person 2 weeks ago. I even went back to the group chat before its deletion and saw none of Anaris' accusations to be true. Okay, so yeah, that confirms this group chat's deleted. Breaking boundaries, Anaris' option. Boundaries in the server called Murder Nodes OC Showcase, descriptively writing venting when it's censored. Well, I mean, going by your logic, it's her server and she can say what she wants, right? I mean, hold on. Holy fuck, 61 pages. Hold on, according to you, let me scroll up. According to you, in the group chat, this is my GC, not yours. I can say what I want to say. So, according to your logic, this is Anaris' server, and she can say what she wants. Upon telling her that we were triggered by what she said, she ignored us both, so did her friends, and kept talking about the abuse chapter number 1. Oh. So you talked on top of her vents, right? Because if she kept talking, clearly she wasn't done. And yes, I was there. I know what happens. In fact, I remember this message vividly. this exact message in the screenshot here. In fact, you didn't even say you were triggered by this. You didn't say shit. You were quiet. So, yeah, bullshit. Just gonna, I think let's censor our topics about. What's censored? Due to some triggered by the words, we have boundaries. Boundaries, which no. Okay. So this was somewhere else. Or much later. Hold on, what's the time on this? Yesterday. Okay, so it's a screenshot by somebody else. I can't. There's no date on that. Which is problematic. There's no date on that. That could be anything. Just gonna I shouldn't say that for this image. I should say in general, it's not dated, so it can be taken anytime. I know this was taken. I saw this message exactly. Cross, note that we aren't mad at you in any way possible. We just want you to be aware of our boundaries that we violated and not speak of those terms unless it's been censored. Okay, but again, like you said, if it's her server, she can say whatever she wants. Yeah, people ignored the message because it was unnecessary. Her mods covered up our conversation, and they wouldn't tell her to censor the comments she made. Another ignored comment by the mod team. They all covered it up and never pinged us about the worry we had. As Ivy became very triggered, and Nurse kept talking. Again, like you said, if it's your server, you can say what you want. If it's your space, you can say what you want, right? What am I going to say about this part? What am I going to say about this part? I'm going to say that, you know, aside from the hypocrisy, the leave button's there for a reason. And if you're uncomfortable with the type of content in Murder Drones, which is, you know, fairly bloody to say the least, so I would say some sort of gore and graphic, you know, content is acceptable. And there was no proper vent space in this server, so people just did it wherever. You know, I don't see anything wrong with what Anaris did there. And at the same time, Livvy, you also vented in that server. So the hypocrisy is off the charts. Attempted doxing. Oh, this is going to be fun. A few days ago, you don't date this, so who knows, is it a few days ago as of today, or is it, oops, a few days ago as of the time you read this. I joined a VC server in the server called System Failure. Murder Drone series fan-made server that's partnered amongst many servers. During the VC, a mutual of mine joined the server. He told me that Anaris is going to use my IRL photos as a way to make me stop talking about the recent events that happened. That never happened. As someone who's had trouble before, I took immediate action. I DM'd one of her mods in the server called Drama Free Club. Now remotely named something else. No, it's not. It is still the Drama Free Club. Although I think it is literally called the Drama Free Club now. But it is still called Drama Free Club. To delete the channel I had. They banned me after my moot told Anaris to stop doing ongoing harassments and shit talk she kept spreading within the Murder Drones community. So I got banned from her friend group server. Well, yeah. Why would you be allowed in a server where you're not a friend with the owner? It's a friend group server. So why would you be there if you're not friends with the owner? Also, you can't just ask to delete channels. We've never done that before. I've been in this server for, let me check the exact date. I need to open my phone again. I've been in the, actually I can check right now too if it's still Drama Free Club. It is still Drama Free Club. Exactly, it's not even the Drama Free Club. It is still Drama Free Club. It's not been renamed. And how long have I been here? I have been here since February 8th, 2025. So I'm nearing on a year here. And I've seen many people come and go. I could name a few. Ghost, not the Camp Fever Ghost, a different Ghost. If you're watching this, Camp Fever Ghost, there was a different Ghost. Long story short, blah blah blah. Yeah, she was kicked out. There was somebody named Pepper that was kicked out. Anyways, member channels don't get deleted, they get archived. And that's the way it's always been. Upon asking for my channel to be deleted, her former friend Shill, no, Shill is still great friends with Daenerys, I don't know why you said former friend, decided to respond back in an angry and hateful manner, calling me retarded and such because I posted weekly content. Another thing that he called me that a slur, which I became very offended as slurs is part of my boundaries. Oh no! Guess what? You decided to spread lies. You decided to break other people's boundaries first, and do other unspeakable acts, which I will get to. Yeah, you don't get the right to talk about manners. Or not manners, fuck me. You don't get the right to talk about boundaries. Upon asking for my channel, Shill said he would delete the channel. Does Shill even have permissions to delete the channel? But not only 2 minutes later, he then said, I need proof before I delete it, which is, understandable. You're making outlandish claims. Upon hearing that, I never had the proof. This threat was told on VC. I didn't have the evidence of what's been said. Secondly, the moot who warned me of the threat wishes to not be seen and doesn't want to be involved. So as their friend, I will not share any info. Oh, yes. My friend gets to be completely expunged from everything. Even though you're completely fine with shittily censoring other things. Why not shittily censor your friend? Below is the proof of the conversation with Shill. Oh, Shill decided to not delete the channel, which only manifests my conclusion more that the threat is true, as the channel isn't being deleted, and is still there to be used by Daenerys' friends. Daenerys' friends. Seriously? That's cut off by a lot. Sorry for deeming you at such a late hour. I don't think 4:12 p.m. is such a late hour. I guess, she might be in a different time zone. Been notified I was banned from a server you mod in. One of P's servers. Ivy got too afraid to confront you and put a massive message on his threat that I only heard on call on my servers without using my face and my daughter's face against me. It's all petty drama against me and P. Between me and P. At the time, Daenerys was known as P. She's zero designation P because her name starts with P. And so, P. But she won't leave me alone and bury this away. I ask you kindly delete my channel and delete my photos IRL of me, as I don't trust anyone with those photos in the moment. I feel like in danger. And I set my channel if it was deleted already. That's cool, but if not, please delete it. Oh, it went under the name Angelina Jolie. Okay. So now we get context. Shill did not call you a retard. Shill said what you did was retarded. That's different. You did stupid actions. He didn't call you stupid. He said what you did was stupid. You can't do it right now, though, which is, people have lives. And yeah, that's valid. I'm going to need evidence. You didn't provide. Oh. So this is cropped horribly. So what Livvy will do when she's in a bind. So Discord has this feature where you can have a status. It's a little thought bubble that appears above your profile picture if you... So, like, if I were to click on Livvy's profile picture, it would open up her profile. And this thought bubble would appear above her profile picture. And that's called a status. And you can actually respond to other people's statuses. So that's what's happened. So Shill has replied to her status. This thing in colons is an emoji. It's a custom emoji that a server has. So essentially, Livvy has put emoji, you have 24 hours to take that down. A night after this, I got another DM from an ex-friend named It's Unknown. That's me, It's Unknown. Of whom wanted to know exactly what happened between me and Daenerys. Upon telling him what happened, he didn't exactly believe what I said, even with proof of countless screenshots. You didn't send shit. And proceeded to want my username to track down what he said about. So, you didn't send anything to me. And I feel like it's only fair that if you don't provide proof, you give me someone who can. Upon telling him Z's user, of which I didn't want to send him because my didn't want to be a part of my drama, but I was forced on my hand to do it, he took exactly 15 minutes to do research, upon telling me later that Daenerys nor him have contacted with Z in any Discord servers. Keep in mind, Z called me on a Discord server with a bunch of other nerds who told the exact same thing. That his threat was posted on Reddit, not on Discord. On Reddit. Well, now I'm intrigued. Let's go on a little hunt. Posts. 12 days ago. So this will be... Okay, so this art is from before the drama. That's from before the drama. Yeah, this is all from before the drama. Nice cosplay, P. Nice cosplay. This is all from before the drama. I remember that vividly. I know that art. Yeah, I remember all this. Oh my god. Seth. Hell yeah. Luke Kitten. Like, we're already a year ago. Is the Reddit threat in the room with us? Anyways, back on track with this. After the situation with Shill, he also mentioned that the reason he said he wouldn't delete channel without proof is because he didn't trust or know me. Valid. As Daenerys' friend of 3 years, he wasn't going to listen without evidence. Valid. However, this just made me and my multiple users' suspicions come true. How? How does asking for evidence prove your innocence? It became very clear that the threat may have been true. Yes, this is my fault, and Z's for not having the evidence on hand. But I didn't mean to act this way. And so, here's her telling me. So this is the username she gave me. It was 712-700_. I searched it. Didn't exist. Legitimately just didn't fucking exist. I searched it up. It doesn't show up in any servers I'm in. I gave the username to P. Doesn't show up in any servers P's in. I keep saying P now because that's what I'm seeing. I gave it to Daenerys. And Daenerys searched it. Didn't show up there. Which means, you know, out of logic, my cat's meowing at me. Out of logic, why is this not charging? My cord's dying on me. That's lame. So out of logic, clearly, this Z person, 712-700_, never interacted with P. And then again, she's cropped them horribly to put other people in a bad light. Understand, before you believe and act on such claims, you need to do so. So this is me. Unfortunately, I can't go back and put these images on screen because Livvy has deleted this account that she's talking with, and she has a new account. And she does this because when you delete an account, your DMs get wiped, and nobody else can see what they said to you. And so essentially, what I'm saying is, hey, Livvy, there's no evidence. This person that you talk to doesn't fucking exist in our world. Like, they might be your friend, but they've never interacted with me or Daenerys. And so you should, you know, get your facts straight before believing baseless claims. My cat's meowing at me. What do you want, kitten? Oh, Shill says it perfectly. I'm not sure how... Yeah, I went through something similar. It's supposed to be making about yourself, as this is often how a conversation between Daenerys and me or some uninvolved people goes. Like... Yeah. That's how conversations work sometimes. Like, if you say, I really like F1, my favorite team is Ferrari, and I were to go, hey, I'm also into F1, I love the Red Bull team. That's me saying I agree with you, and I'm comparing my beliefs to yours. And for you to go, stop making this about yourself. And also, this is cropped horribly. I don't even know what's going on. This page is just empty. Probably due to this horribly cropped image. So I think extremely worse when you put in there that you need proof for deletion. Okay, so this top message is Livvy talking. It only made things extremely worse when you put in there that you need proof before deletion. How is that worse? That just only made suspicions work worse, which I'm still kind of skeptical about everything. I hope that unknown isn't lying, as it'll only make things worse. So I guess she'll DM'd this person somehow, or another person that Livvy led him to. I asked him for evidence, and after attached messages, he blocked me. Less than 20 minutes later, you have contacted me, started shit talk. Oh no, talking about Ivy now, because Ivy also spread this. You have contacted me, starting talking shit about Anaris without an ounce of proof, and when I was asked for this answer, you have blocked me as well. I haven't seen this amount of manipulation in a long time. And then, 2. Unknown didn't say that Z has no connections to P, but rather the user bootstrapped doesn't exist on any server, which is true. When Chill confirmed that the drama would be over, he stopped, but not only after a few days later, I became to be blamed for multiple Discord servers of the murder-run community, when I find out that my emplacement of bans... What is that word? What does emplacement mean? Never heard that word before. Of bans, the drama is not over. Anaris or one of her friends accused me of, which I'll warn now, the accusations they put against me are very triggering to many users, having sexual conversations with a 16-year-old and multiple minors, grooming a 16-year-old and multiple minors, slandering multiple users. This is the juicy stuff. Mainly because it's all true. And so this is, based on, this, somebody else typing this, possibly her partner or another friend of hers, talking for Angelina, but these accusations on her part, after finding out that these accusations are not true. What does that even mean? After finding out they're not true. These were made under the implications of minors protecting a real criminal on Discord. Is the real criminal in the room with us? I've actually already read this document. I know who it is. The sexual conversations with minors was made by It's Unknown. What? Okay, I shouldn't have said I read this. I skimmed through it. I didn't read all of it. What? First off, I am a minor. And secondly, I did not engage in sexual conversations. Is there any... Yeah, no, there's nothing about me doing that. Yeah, they don't have anything on me, which is ridiculous. They don't have anything on me because I didn't do anything of that sort. I never had any conversations with anyone like the terms they say of. Upon hearing this, I found out the accusations against her were all petty edited messages of the original messages between Anaris and another user. No, they're not edited at all. Rocky is, I mentioned him before, the 16-year-old. Livvy, you called him cute, and after he called you hot. And I mean, Rocky shouldn't call you that. Definitely not. He needs to, get checked out for something. But you shouldn't have reciprocated and called him hot. Or called him cute, sorry. This is a message. Oh, this is my band message. You're banned in Hell's Safe Haven. This is my server, actually. Link in the description. This user has been spreading lies that could change the course of the victim's life. Right. Because Anaris' current job, she will lose her current job if an investigation is opened in her name about, sexual assault, because she works in a, I don't know if it's technically called I don't know if it's technically law enforcement, but, in that ballpark area. And so if an investigation goes over, she loses her job, even if the investigation turns out to not be true. So these claims are made without substantial evidence. So, obviously all the evidence she has is poorly cropped pictures. Upon finally receiving a name to be linked to these claims, and in turn blocks anyone who asks for evidence. Upon finally receiving a name to be linked to these claims, the username did not connect to anyone related to the victim. Furthermore, this user is believed to be conversing in a sexual manner with minors and exhibits grooming behaviors. And so Livvy DM'd me. Oh, when was this? This was after November 19th then. Because my status is Has Been Season 2, which released on the 19th of November. So this must be after Season 2 release. This is cropped horribly, although it's a keyboard, so I actually shouldn't need to worry about that. So she asked why she was banned, perhaps from your sexual behavior towards a certain someone. The fact that this certain someone has missed school just to talk to you, that was something posted in the mod group chat, that Rocky missed school to keep talking to Livvy. And also the fact that you and your boyfriend planned for this certain someone. I knew this was going to get screenshotted eventually, so I didn't say Rocky outright. And also the fact that Rocky has changed his name. Since then, I'm using old names. I'm not even trying anymore to keep things private. I don't think I was ever trying. So I'm not accusing anyone of anything. There's multiple screenshots. There's a whole server of evidence that I was added to recently. This is stuff, not from this situation, but from years ago. Livvy's been a problem for years and years and years. This server has over 500 images of evidence against you. I think has over 2 hours worth of video. You're not clean. And then she tried to claim that the conversation, calling Rocky cute and Rocky calling you hot, was platonic. Again, like stated before, these conversations are very similar to conversations between this user of Angelina's friends and Anaris. No. Oh, are very similar to the conversation. What, so you're saying they were edited? No, they were not. Who's the specific person you're referring to? Oh, so yeah. She was trying to do the same thing, calling Anaris a specific person. Oh, but you know for real who. Yeah, y'all are over here supporting the same person who did far more worse. Yeah, I'm in trouble. I genuinely didn't know, what was, being talked about. And if you want to elaborate, then it's clearly either false or not important. Moving on. So, Livvy called Rocky, cute, and Rocky called Livvy hot, and then I said, yeah, that's bad. And then her quote was, "It's a fucking word, bro." So now, you can't even argue saying that. You can't even say, they're petty edited messages. Because that sentence is a fucking admission of guilt. You acknowledged that you were called hot, and you acknowledged that you called him cute. So yeah, so she said, "It's a fucking word, bro." And I said, I can't say these words on YouTube. What makes these words bad? Context. Context changes everything. The context for you calling Rocky cute was a response to a sexual comment. Instead of shutting the inappropriate conversation down, you allowed it to happen, engaged with it, and encouraged it. Angelina never responded with words such as this. We have screenshots somewhere. As she herself was very upset and scared for her own life. She played as if this was true. Okay, that'll still get you arrested. None of the accusations listed are true. We've already discussed amongst ourselves and believe this is a petty drama created by a group of ex-friends that Angelina had. Oops. The friend of Angelina can also admit that neither of these are true. Simply, Angelina and her friend are both friends. Platonic relationship. Never respond with such words. But are best friends in a platonic relationship. Okay. As such, the implications about her being inappropriate with fake allegations and evidence is unacceptable. Ooh, directly to me. To unknown, who thinks it is okay to protect a little grown-ass adult who did more of a crime that you purposely accuse Angelina of. You are a sick person to even think about protecting a 26-year-old adult who showed you and 2 other minors revealing gym photos of her body, and her Reddit link of more cosplaying photos of herself. Leave Angelina alone. All Angelina did was speak up for herself and how she felt. And no, she is not slandering you or your friends. I, as her friend, will not tolerate this kind of retaliation that you and your friends have shown. Get over it and grow up. Ooh, a big speech that you can't even say yourself, Livvy! Who is Lemon Rat? I've never seen that username before. You're dragging all your friends into your own petty drama. So, is the literal grown-ass adult who did more of a crime than you purposely accused Angelina of in the room with us? Because I know you're talking about Inaris, a 26-year-old adult who showed you and 2 other minors revealing gym photos. You know, one of the great pastimes that teenagers do? Going to the gym and working out. It's a testosterone booster. Lots of guys and girls do this. So it's an not estrogen and testosterone. Well, working out is a testosterone booster, but dopamine. It boosts your dopamine. It makes you happy. And sharing that progress with someone, because at the time Inaris was she was going through health problems and she needed to work out to maintain a good physical shape. And so she would send these pictures, which were not revealing. They were in gym wear, which is, like shorts and sports bra. Not sexual. No implications of sexual intent. Just sports workout pictures. Like, revealing gym photos of her body. Yeah, that's kind of what that's the whole point of gym photos. To reveal your body. Oh no, the gym photos reveal her body. Like how gym photos are supposed to be! And her Reddit link of more cosplaying photos of herself. I was just on her Reddit. Yes, it's tagged as NSFW. But if minors are clicking the link, Reddit will tell you, hey, this user's flagged as NSFW. Click here if you're above 18. Which means, if said minors were to go on... So, the only way minors would actually be able to access Inaris' account was to lie about their age. Yep. So, a minor would have to purposefully circumvent, the whole security system Reddit has in place, which, isn't very good. It's just a click of a button, to view it. And, again, like I said, as the NSFW on Reddit means a lot of things. It can mean gore, it can mean sexual things. We scrolled through a year's worth of posts, and there wasn't anything sexual. Like, you and I, on screen, we scrolled through a year's worth of posts, and there was nothing sexual. Oh no, cosplaying? Photos of yourself? Wait a minute. It's almost as if that's what cosplaying is! Sending pictures of yourself in costumes! Leave Angelina alone. All Angelina did was speak up for herself and how she felt. Okay, that's also exactly what Inaris did! The levels of hypocrisy are crazy! And no, she is not slandering... I moved that. And no, she is not slandering you and your friends. Really? Really? 61 fucking pages of not slander? And we're barely halfway done! I'm gonna lose my voice by the end of this video. The grooming a minor was when the friend of Angelina offered to help Angelina by having their sister or himself drop off food as such to Angelina during the family crisis she had. This was nowhere near the attempt of grooming. It is a simple drop-off to help Angelina. That is literally what grooming is. Having an adult meet up with a minor, so, friend of Angelina, that's Rocky, meeting up with Angelina in an emotionally intense time to emotionally manipulate them. That is the definition of grooming! You're proving yourself that your own slander doc against me and Anaris and our friends is proving what we're saying is correct! Lastly, slandering users, as Angelina wants to tell her moods about who Anaris really is, with proof from what happened before. What proof? Show us! Show us, other than, some crappily edited screenshots and false allegations that you refuse to provide proof for. When Angelina told the truth, she was then accused of slandering. Slandering is not telling the truth about a person. Slandering is giving fake information about a person, which is in the form of defamation. Defamation isn't a crime in most parts of the US, but however, defamation Angelina, because unknown accused her of such crimes. I mean, what's this? Your confession to it! And, yes, it's almost like you have 61 pages of false information. What the fuck? I will talk about Anaris and hope whoever is reading this understands that this user isn't what you think. Anaris starts drama. Anaris is the owner of a server called Drama Free Club. If that doesn't tell you what she wants, I don't know what will. Like, seriously, just close off the video if you think the owner of a server called Drama Free Club starts drama. She uses emotional manipulation, gets what she wants. No. She's a hypocrite and what does self-rejecting even mean? Anaris also has minor friends, all of whom are 14 or up. No, most of her friends are adults. Some of... all minors generally means younger than 18. So yeah, I would hope her minor friends are 14 and up. I would hope her minor friends are under 18, otherwise they're not a minor. She also, from the screenshots provided by Angelina, are evidence of group chat that she showed explicit sexual photos of revealing gym photos to minors aged 14 to 17. Not sexual, it's post-gym workout photos, like you said, which are revealing, as, that's design. That's what gym pictures are! Gym pictures are meant to be revealing! To photos, yeah, lots of teens work out and send this exact same stuff! I do it! That used to be what my channel was! Before I deleted those videos. That would work out! Yeah, unknown, and many of her friends say that because it is! That's what workouts are! The server that Angelina's family member sent this evidence to also declined her as lying. That's not how you spell lying. That's how you spell lying. Shame on you, random server that you don't name. What we're looking at is grooming. Yeah, you're right. It is. Ha! She is a grown-ass adult, dude, yet you're harboring and allowing an adult... Oh, really? Livvy's an adult? Doing this thing? Except you want another adult, apparently doing this thing, to be shut out, even though you're also doing this thing? What is your logic? Evidence will be below, beneath the users of who started this. We do not tolerate any form of harassment. Please block and report them. They are not worth your time. I'm gonna lose my fucking voice. We're at 37 out of... We have 20 pages of this to go. Unknown claims that all states and countries have the same consent to see images such as this. In our defense, it's not true. For one, I never said that. I'm not that stupid. I know about age of consent. Everywhere you go has different consent laws, so furthermore, this is another result of grooming. Okay, first off, how does saying anything about consent laws, unless you say something outlandish, like Canada has an age of consent of 12, which isn't true. Like, that could be seen as grooming. Everywhere you go have different consent laws, so furthermore, how is that grooming whatsoever? Are you accusing me of grooming now? I'm a fucking minor. By definition, grooming is when an adult tries to emotionally manipulate a child. I'm a child, technically. I cannot groom people, by definition. Get your facts straight, unknown. It's complaining because it's supposed to be a comma there. Let's see here. Trigger warning. Oh, we're actually getting the pictures. Look at that. Nothing sexual. Gym pictures in shorts and a sports bra. Just like I described. Oh, look. More non-sexual imagery. Look, she's even flexing. Oh no, I'm not turned on. That's gym pictures. That's not sexual. And Livvy, if you are turned on by that, you should probably stop watching porn or something. I don't know. Empty page. You mind if I sent... Okay, so this is in DMs. Oh, I remember this. This is actually censored because these are sexual. Why are these sexual? Why are they sexual? So in the mod group chat, there was this flirty thing going around. There was some, I will admit, sexual conversations by Livvy. And a nurse asked if she could show Livvy something in DMs. This screenshot is DMs. This is direct messages, not in a group chat with minors. Evidence of pro shipping. Livvy, you are a pro shipper. What are you talking about? Evidence of murder runs porns in another server. Oh, you mean in the porn channel? Assumed defunct. Yeah, Camp Fever was deleted. While it did go by Camp Fever, we assume the server has been deleted or is undergoing a revamp. These gathered screenshots are from a channel known as Pillow Fighting. At the time, minors could see the post made before Camp Fever got called out for it. Yeah, that's not Anaris's fault. Yeah, that's not Anaris's fault that Camp Fever didn't have proper measures to keep minors out of an NSFW chat. Still, as we said, why would you allow a full-grown adult to pull content such as this? The fact that you say full-grown adult all of this time implies that you want kids to do it. Why would you allow a full-grown adult to post content such as this? It is the same as saying, why do you allow some people to post this but not others? It's like saying, how come you're not letting kids do it? Why would you allow a full-grown adult to do it? My cord is dying on me. This is lame. Still has to be said, what? It's violent and disgusting. Please, for your safety, do not interact with this user. Okay, cool. Guess what? It's in the NSFW channel that was supposed to be adults only. You're a pro shipper, Livvy! Yeah, clearly in pillow fighting. Pillow fighting. Not sure what she's saying cope about, but, they don't give the full context. These were sent over of analysis and another servers, sending images such as these, and shipping Chessa and Tay, which is confirmed that Chessa is a child. She's also dead and has been dead for many, many years. Like, that's, I don't think. Like, yeah, chronologically, she died as a child. So, in my conclusion, Anaris is a pro shipper. She also sends murder drones porn and murder drones. Oh no, murder drones porn? Oh, sorry, move that. Murder drones porn? In murder drone servers? In porn channels? It's almost like this is exactly what they were made for. Oh no! Evidence testifying that the rumors against Angelina are fake and Ooh, evidence testifying? Those words don't go well together. We have just gathered the evidence between a user whom we will not say the name of. This person wants to remain anonymous. My whole name is about anonymity. How come I didn't get to remain anonymous? They have been inside the servers and group chats between Daenerys and Unknown. Oh, so we have a little spy in between us. But at the same time, you don't actually show any images from within private servers and group chats, other than ones that you've taken yourself or have gotten your friends to take. The accusations against Angelina about her grooming and having sexual conversations with minors is false. You, Angelina, Livvy, you admit to it. A user in the group chat added that there's no messages logged of Angelina allowing Rocky to call her hot, nor is there evidence of Angelina calling Rocky cute in response. Unknown lied. As we can gather, a petty response of what Daenerys must... A petty response of that Daenerys must have told him to do. Really? Below are screenshots of the conversation between Angelina and the user group chat, exposing dialect information about who information is. He sent photos without consent. I think she did. Thirst traps. That's what thirst traps are for attention. That's a good idea. Oh, my lord. This is just an alt. Oh no, Miss Catson is like Livvy and the scribbled one. So, now that I'm 17, that's the age of consent in Texas. Cool, good for you. Weight loss is valid to send. Ooh. Something to check off. Peanut. There's no weight loss. No shit! She's trying to gain weight! What are you on? Half that message searched up cute in GC and found nothing. Cool. Which GC? Because, whoever this is, also, I would like to say, this Mordecai character, whatever this character is, she sent so much porn of this character in that group chat. Like, it is so fucking hypocritical. Weight loss is valid to send. Yeah, it's progress. Guess what? The nurse is trying to gain weight. Assholes. This is how a nurse gets back on people she hates. What a pathetic act move. When I have full-blown evidence. Is the evidence in the room with us? Is the nurse screaming in the room? What a petty pageant princess. What the fuck? Two of which to look out for. So Shilbot and Daenerys. That's 3, so good counting. And good cropping. There, I fixed your fucking document for you. You're welcome. Purple Moth. Who is this? That's not my Instagram account. Unless this is, whoever that is, because that's not me. Purple Moth 11 back at it again with mods who chose to be. I don't know who that is. Roughly, one of the... Oh, that's hardly cropped. There, fixed it. One of the Camp Fever mods. Banning Angelina, then coming at her with messages just for the fun of it to be funny, because your petty friends is probably against your mod rules. Please don't take this so seriously without actual evidence, not fake evidence that we can see. You admit it to yourself. Again, we ask for everyone repeating this, not to harass users in the doc, block and report them. Daenerys, me, didn't even get Shill's ID. Ghost, Roughly, Blue, Diamond, don't know who that is, don't know who that is. Oh, that's, I know who that is, actually. Xavier, Noobson, I'm not 100% sure who that is. Oh no, I know that name. That's another one of Daenerys' friends. That's the end of the doc. So yeah, here's all the ideas of, people that she has made baseless accusations on. 60 pages. So it was 61 earlier. I replaced a whole fucking page with just fixing cropped images. Holy shit. So, as long as, as soon as you can send me proof of what you're saying is, actually true, instead of confirming it yourself, and then let me scroll down. Oh, I need to scroll up, actually. I missed it. So you first off admitted that, of course you cropped it out because you don't want people calling you out, but I quoted you directly. You admitted to it, and then you described your grooming. What else do I need to say? What else do I need to say? I think that's about it. I've been recording for... This is a long video. Goodbye.